Consider this to be your crib sheet for contributing to this project if you have no familiarity with Kumu whatsoever. The Kumu environment consists of a map and a profile page for that map. And every element that gets created has its own profile page, which is visible when selected. And you can get back to the profile page for the map by clicking anywhere in the background. You can move this around. You can use this to do a zoom to fit, or you can also fit with the mouse wheel. To add things to the model, the easiest way is to hold down the Alt key or the Option key, mouse over an item and drag off of it, and then say, this is out of work. Okay, out of work is concerned to contribute to homelessness, and so the arrow is going in the wrong way. So if I select the arrow by pointing to it, you'll notice that this shows up here, and I can go ahead and reverse the direction. And when we create relationships, we have a tendency to indicate whether it adds to or subtracts from what it's pointing to. So if you select this, you can come over here and notice that this is the title, and you could actually click here and you could retitle the connection itself and call it something else, and the label would appear on the connection. But here you can go ahead and select and say that this is positive adds to, minus subtracts from, or this actually subtracts from one end and adds to the other end. So now that I've done this, it makes it blue and said it adds to. You can move these around any place that you want to. If you want to delete a connection, you can go ahead and simply click on it and hit the delete key. I would prefer that if you create elements, don't ever delete them, just delete the connection, and then take the element and stick it down here in the corner and put a note into it. Every element has its own notes field, so if you click on it, you can then click here and you can say, this is why I disconnected this thing. And the text field here is all done with markdown formatting, and if you want to investigate that a bit deeper, here is the guide to markdown formatting. It's probably the simplest formatting approach in a web environment that I've ever seen. So you can do that. It tells you how to do bullets and indents and add links and images if you need to. You can also go, if you add a new element, you now have disconnected this, but you want to reconnect it. If you hold down the Alt key and simply drag from one to the other, it will add it back. And then you can then go over here and tell it that you want a connection type. If there is another element and you want to, now that I've created this, but I really want this to go, I can point to the end of here and I can move connections from one place to the other if I want to or need to. So that's about all that you can also change the curvature on them if you think you need to do that because it runs through other items. The other thing is that if you go back to the profile page for the map itself, down here there's a place where if you have questions or comments about this project, you can click here and it will take you to a place where you can add comments. The comments won't get actually mailed to you because everyone is logging in using the same username and password. If you would like to access this in an other than anonymous mode, if you just email your Kumu username to me at systemswiki@gmail.com, I will provide you access to this. But what I was trying to get at is that this particular access, you can come back here. You can copy this and you can go ahead and install this here so that now there's a way to go ahead and get to the comments from here as opposed to somewhere else. And There's also a video here that explains how to create new issue threads if you want to. We can have as many ongoing discussions about this model as we need to as you interact with it. So, I mean, the whole intent of this experiment is to get a sense of what it's possible for people to collectively create without a large amount of preparation, just based upon contributing what they know about how things are related and essentially influence the existence of homelessness or diminish it. So we'll see how this experiment turns out. So I invite you to join us. Take care. Bye.